There was a teacher who had to create a lesson and a plan to address popular sovereignty and the modern-day issues at hand. This was a teacher who loves to aim high, yet she stood for a moment as these thoughts came by. What should we do? Will my students buy in? How can I prepare them for the future so we all win? She thought and thought, reflected and such. Research takes time. Resistance can be strong. Students will ask, why can't we just sing the same old song? Earning A's while we dance along. I'll have to teach proper citation, style, and such if we're going to do this right. She closed her eyes to think and organized a plan she'd deliver to her kids with a wink. Little by little, I'll teach them to think, create an e-portfolio to document their work, pushing them to show personal strengths. Make connections to what they already know. Get them started in the land of scholarly think by doing an academic article review. Then they'll decide what they want to know, create a paper proposal that must be approved to document where they want to go. Before I let them free, I'll teach them how to research and focus on information literacy. After much revise and revision, students will learn how to use these tools and devices to bring their authentic voice to life, conducting interviews, constructing videos that will allow them to share a powerful message. She knew it would take time to unfold, but knows the value of empowering those who will grow. So with a big leap forward, she was ready to go.
Right, so we started off with a paper proposal, and then we had to choose from a list of general topics, and then we could kind of make it our own. And so we did that, and I decided what I wanted the main question to be in my paper, and then I went down to subcategories. So once I figured that out, I could start looking, just typing in anything that, keywords that we thought of, and then to find any article, and we use some of the library references too. And then right now what I'm doing is I'm going through the articles that I found and just basically reading them and deciding how I can use them in my paper, which is the annotated reference thing. So, and then that's just citing it, and then what's the article about and how you can use it in your paper, and that's helping a lot.
How do you think it's going to be writing your first draft, since you've done so much pre-work in terms of reading and annotated work or references, and then in the intro you have to write?
I still think it'll be kind of hard, but the way it's been broken down helps a lot, and getting different perspectives of the articles, so many different sources helps a lot because you have so much to choose from.
I'm kind of looking forward to the interesting information that I keep finding out, learning about these political behaviors and how it affects them and how it motivates people. It's very interesting to me, and how part of my topic is about the emerging technologies and how they use it, and it's pretty interesting how it's gotten much greater over the years, and they're getting more involved in technology and how it greatly helps them
with campaigns.
Oh yeah,
and just citizens in general, mm-hmm. Right? It's kind of interesting.
People are getting more involved. The presidential campaigns were using social media to try to gain more supporters for their campaigns, and that was pretty interesting to me.
Has any of it changed maybe how you think about or use social media, or do you think about how yourself when you do the research?
Yeah, it changed me a lot because now I'm starting to get more involved in it too. I've been looking those things up myself to research it, and it's pretty interesting to me.
As far as the e-portfolio goes, what do you think is kind of neat about that, or do you see any future ways to use an e-portfolio the way you're doing it? I know you're in the infancy of it.
Yeah, it helps because as soon as I'm done working on something, I add it to the site, which helps me. I have them all other places, but if I ever need to look at a bunch of different papers from that one, from this one project, I can just go on there and they're all there, which helps a lot. And then I didn't really know you can make a site, so it's kind of cool, and then I can use it if I ever need to in the future with other projects or whatever it comes to be.
Mm-hmm. What do you think your site could tell someone about you?
I think it's a a formal way of like getting them to know me, and like before they meet me in person or even after, they can get a more insight without me going to like so much detail about my project. They can just see it for themselves.
Good.
So
And you mentioned being able to update, and it's important because being able to constantly grow your portfolio is huge, because that shows how you learn and how you develop and the accomplishments that you've been making throughout the process, right?
Yeah.
Because when we see the final product, and I'm guessing yours is going to turn out really well, okay, because of all the work that goes into it. And I really think the e-portfolio allows you to show the process, right?
Yeah, that way you can see like where you started from and where you finished, and there's going to be such a big difference. And then like the technology part of it is like crazy, because we didn't have that and now we do.
Are you excited about making your own documentary?
Oh yeah.
Are you going to be creative?
Yes, I've always been interested in making my own films. I think it's a cool idea, and I'm glad that we're doing this, because then I really get to try to do it myself.
And you see how it's going to bring your research further, right?
Yeah.
It's not just going out running around with a camera, but how to use the camera in a meaningful way, right? With different angles.
Stay tuned for more updates as our project continues.